Hello students, good morning. Okay, in your class 7 science subject, today we are going to start a new lesson, nutrition in animals. In previous chapter, we learn about nutrition in plant. You learn that plant prepare its own food due to chlorophyll present in their green leaves. But in animal there is no chlorophyll. So animals cannot prepare their own food. Animals is depend on others. So it's not autotrophic, it's a heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So in this chapter we will learn about the different way of taking food, how the animal take food in different way. Because there is a variety of animals on the earth, all are not taking the food same way. Then we learn about the special system, that is the digestive system of human being. Then we learn about the digestion in grasshopper, means grass eating animals. And finally we'll talk about feeding and digestion in amoeba. Amoeba is a single celled organism and it's get nutrients and digested food. But how? That we'll see in these chapters. So I hope you will enjoy this chapter like chapter number 1, nutrition in animals. Now first question is arise in our mind that what is the digestion? We are knowing that food contain nutrients like carbohydrate, protein, vitamin, fats, minerals and proteins. All these nutrients are present in our food item, means edible items. So when we eat the food, this food is broke down of complex compound of food into simpler substance. This complex form turn into the simpler substances and we call it a digestion. When we eat food, it is in a complex form. In food there is a protein, vitamin, fat, minerals. Okay, but if the digestion process takes place, what happens? That food is turned into the simpler substance and we call it a digestion. Now we'll see some different way of taking food. All the animals cannot take food by same way. There is a different way of taking food. Suppose bees and hummingbird. Bees and hummingbird suck the nectar of the plant. Here word is the nectar. Nectar means what? Fruit juices, sweet fruit juices. So these bees and hummingbird suck the nectar from flowers, sweet flowers, and get nutrients. Infants of human and many other animals feed on mother's milk, mammalians. We are human being. we feed our mother's milk when we are infant. Infants means born baby. And other animals like cow, buffalo, goat, camel, all these are depends on their mother milk. So they are getting nutrients from that. Then snakes like the python swallow the animals they prey upon. Means snake like python swallow the animals and get nutrients. Then I want to talk about aquatic animals. Aquatic animals filter tiny food particles floating on the water nearby the feed upon them. Getting so this way different animals take the food by the different way. Bees and hummingbirds by from the nectar, infant of human being and other animals from mother milk, from their mother milk, snake swallowing, and some aquatic animals get the food from filter tiny food particles floating nearby. Now, dear students, I want to talk specially about human digestive system. You know, we take food through the mouth. The food passes through a continuous channel which brings the food at the buccal cavity and end at the anus. Means there is a pathway from a buccal cavity, means from mouth to anus, and that channel is alimentary canal. That path is called alimentary canal. Second thing I want to share with you that in a sequence, if we see, these parts are buccal cavity, food pipe, or you can say esophagus, stomach, then small intestine, and then large intestine, and finally anus, through which undigested food is removed from the body. So these parts I am hiding by my face, and now you can see there is a picture clearly. You see, in that picture, digestion processes start from the mouth. In the mouth, that is a buccal cavity, there is a teeth and tongue, then long pipe is there, that is we called food pipe or esophagus, then stomach is there, then small intestine, then large intestine, and finally anus. There is a two supporting glands is also there in a digestion of human being, that is liver and pancreas. That is liver and pancreas. So this diagram you have to remember. Digestive system, mouth, salivary glands is also there which produce saliva in our mouth. Then food is passed to this esophagus and come to the stomach. There is pancreas nearby, then small intestine and large intestine, and finally there is a anus, through which food is undigested food is released. So it's very easy, not to worry at all. Then you can say the digestion process step by step. First, ingestion means we take food, and where we put the food, process of taking food into the body, we call it ingestion. And we chew the food with the help of teeth. Teeth break it down into small pieces. Tooth is rooted in a separate socket in the gums. Then in the food, tongue release some saliva, mix up with the food, food becomes soft, and that soft food is passed through a pipe, that is a food pipe, or you can say esophagus. This food passes into the food pipe or esophagus, and this food pipe along the neck runs along the neck and chest, means is the connecting link between our neck and stomach. Next point related to this food pipe is, when food is pushed down by the moment of the walls of the food pipe, it takes place throughout the alimentary canal. Pushed down by the moment of the wall of the food pipe means it directly not throw into the stomach, but systematically it comes to the stomach. Now once food is entered into the stomach, we have to learn about the stomach first. The stomach is a thick walled bag. It's a look like a bag, plastic bag, and its shape is like a flatted U. It's the widest part of the alimentary canal, widest part, wide in the alimentary canal. Now what is the work of the stomach? Stomach receive the food from the esophagus and pass to the small intestine. So one side of the stomach there is a esophagus, and other side there is a small intestine. In our stomach there is a mucus, hydrochloric acid, and some digestive juices are there. Remember this 3 points. In our stomach there is mucus, hydrochloric acid, and some digestive juices are there. So in stomach most of the food digest, and then food pass through there and come to the small intestine. Remember that our small intestine is about 7.5 meter long, and it is not straight way in our body, but it is arranged in a coil shape, just like Maggi noodles. It's in a coil shape, and here in small intestine that supporting glands is their pancreas and liver. They produce some juices. Pancreas produce pancreatic juice and liver produce bile juice. These juices mix up with the food. Mix this juices mixes with the food, and you remember that liver is reddish brown. It's located upper part of our abdomen on the right side, and it is the largest gland in our body, and it secretes bile juice. As I said, that bile juice is produced and mixed up in the small intestine, which is stored in bladder. And pancreas, it's a large cream color gland below our stomach, and it is released pancreatic juice. In short, you remember student, pancreas release pancreatic juice and liver release bile juice. This both the juice mix with the food in a small intestine. Now, most of the food is, almost all the components of the food is digested in small intestine. Then the digested food can pass into the blood vessel in the wall of small intestine, and this process is absorption. Absorption means what? Digested food is absorbed by the wall of the intestine. In wall of the intestine there is thousands of finger like outgrowths, and we called it's a villi. Villi means thousands of small finger like outgrowths. We called it a villi, and this villi increase the surface area for the absorption of digested food. So about small intestine, I hope so you don't have any doubt at all. Then food come to large intestine. Large intestine is wider and shorter than small intestine. Name is large, but it is shorter than small intestine, and its length is 1.5 meter. Its function is to absorb water and some salt from the undigested food material. Its function is what? To absorb water and some salt from undigested food material. Means if food is not digested, and if it is contains some salt and water, so it separate it and throw back in the body, and remaining waste passed into the rectum and remains there as semi-solid feces. Getting? And this facial material is removed through anus from time to time, and this we call egestion. This we call egestion. So I hope this idea of digestion of food is clear. in your mind. So remember, intake of food start from the mouth. Food is intake. See, I said no. Food is intake. Ingestion. Ingestion of food in mouth. Okay. Then what happened? Digestion. Ingestion, then digestion. See here. Digestion, then absorption, and finally egestion. So this 4 point you have to remember, that ingestion, digestion, absorption, and egestion. Okay, so this one is about the digestion process in human being. Now, digestion is grass eating animal, means like cow, buffalo, goat, and all. There is a process of digestion in grass eating animals. Animals, those who eat grass, they quickly swallow the grass and store in a part of their stomach, and that we called rumen. Rumen means grass eating animals quickly swallow the grass and store in a part of stomach. Here food is partially digested, we call is chewed, and later this chewed return to the mouth in small lumps, and animal chew it. And this process we call rumination. This process is called rumination. And name of this animal is ruminants. Name of this animal is what? Ruminants. The grass is rich in cellulose, and cellulose is a one type of carbohydrates. So remember, grass eating animals quickly swallow the grass and store in their stomach, and food get partially digested and we call it chewed. Later this chewed is returned to the mouth in small lump, and animals chew it, and this process is called ruminants, and this animal we call ruminants. Process name is rumination, and that animal is ruminants. So students, remember this, grass is a source of carbohydrate. In a grass there is a cellulose, and cellulose is a source of carbohydrate. So no doubt about it that the grass contain carbohydrate. Then cecum between the small intestine and large intestine, the cellulose of the food is digested by the action of certain bacteria which are not present in human being. See, grass eating animals easily digest cellulose that we cannot do because that special bacteria is not present in our body which are present in these grass eating animals between their small intestine and large intestine. So this is the very important point you have to keep in mind. Then we talk about the feeding and digestion in amoeba. See, amoeba is made up of only one cell and it's a unicellular organism. We required microscope to see this organism. Amoeba is belong to animal group. Remember, amoeba is belong to animal kingdom and we found in pond, water. In amoeba, there is a small bubbles like vacuoles in its cytoplasma. Amoeba is animal, so there is no cell wall, but in cytoplasma there is a bubbles like vacuola. Amoeba don't have fixed shape, it changing its shape constantly. It push out one for more finger like projection, that is we call pseudopodia. With the help of pseudopodia, it's go nearer to the food particles and capture it, that is the ingestion, then digest it and absorptions takes place in the surface of cytoplasma and undigested food is released there only, and that is egestion. With help of, as I said, that pseudopodia or you can say false feet, it's move and capture the food and food become trapped in food vacuola. The digested juice secreted in their body vacuola digest it and food is absorbed, and these absorbed substances are used for growth and maintenance, and undigested food or you can say residue of the food is removed from the body, that is egestion. So this was the picture of amoeba. You can see in this picture there is surface of amoeba, food vacuola is there, nucleus is there. Okay, shape is not like that same, it's changing each and every moment. So I hope you enjoy this chapter well. Any difficulty you are facing, then you have to ask me anytime. We learn in this chapter about the mainly digestive system, digestion in amoeba. We learn about that grass eating animals, how the food is digested by grass eating animals. We also learn about different animals food taking habits. So thank you very much.